Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Young Justice Season 3 and Season 4. I have absolutely no idea what happened to this show. This show used to be great. This show used to be a marvel. This show used to be amazing when it was on Cartoon Network. Something happened. Something bad happened. I'm just so shocked. See, Young Justice used to be an amazing animated cartoon of sidekick superheroes. It came out many years ago. I was in college at that time. And so that's how I know how long this was. And so the first two seasons was on Cartoon Network. The first season is amazing. Basically what it is a group of sidekicks who get frustrated with their mentors and decide to form their own like team of heroes, but only of sidekicks. The reason being is because the adults kind of like, they didn't necessarily lie, well they kind of lied to them, kind of not. So basically it's the heavy hitters of DC. Batman, Superman, Aquaman, and the Flash, and Green Arrow all have sidekicks. And the mentors are in the Justice League. The sidekicks are just like patrolling cities while they're doing Justice League stuff. And they're so happy because that day is the day they finally gonna get to see the Watchtower. And so the heroes, mentors, they show them what is supposedly the Watchtower, which is just the Hall of Justice on land. And Speedy, which is Green Arrow's sidekick, is all like, this isn't it. They lied to us. And they're like, how do you know? He's like, because Ollie told me the truth and everything. The Watchtower is up in space because they don't trust us to be up there with all their secrets and everything. This causes Speedy to leave the group in protest. The other members are just like upset. So something bad happens and the Justice League is sent away. So they tell the sidekicks, wait in the Hall of Justice and don't go nowhere, don't touch nothing. So of course they do in a way. They decide to, they believe that the Justice League been sitting on like a false trail. So they're gonna go find the real one and apprehend the real bad person. They go to Star Labs, a whole bunch of shenanigans happen. And there they meet a clone version of Superman. And it's a teenager. So they let him out. He's enraged and he's trying to fight them, but at some point in time he cools down. At some point in time they stop the bad guys. And the Justice League members are all like, y'all did a good job. You know, y'all disobeyed orders. And I think they say now y'all can like visit the Watchtower. And I think they were supposed to join the Justice League also. And that's what also set them off. So they tell them, no, y'all lied to us. Y'all deceived us for many years. We're done being your puppets and everything. We're going to form our own team. And so they do. But they don't have a name for it. They just call it the team. And so, but it's really Young Justice. Later on, they added like a couple of other group members, like female group members. They're given Artemis, which is the new sidekick of Green Arrow, who is the mother of Huntress / Tigress, because it's from a different parallel universe. Miss Martian, who is the Martian Manhunter niece. Somebody else. Zatanna joins at some point, and I think Rocket joins. So then throughout the entire season, it's just great. You know, they're like the Justice League decide, okay, we're gonna give you the I forgot the cave's name. It's what it's their headquarters. It's in one of the comic books. And they're gonna give them a mentor to keep babysitting them. So every time like they'll get like a new Justice League member to watch them. So they're all trying to figure out what's going on with the major bad guys and stuff. The bad guys have decided to form their own group. They're leading false trails, this and that. And they have an overarching story arc that's the entire season. But it's also episodic stuff. Everything connects somehow. It was well written. It was well put together. It was great. There was even a mole within the Young Justice group. Everybody assumed it was going to be Superboy because of the comics. No. It was Speedy. Apparently he got cloned. And the real Speedy is missing the arm and he's still at Star Labs. And they had a lot of great characters. they tweaked some of the characters around. Instead of Tim Drake, they substituted him with Dick Grayson, who's more angsty and teeny than he's ever been in any other version. They substitute Bart Allen for Wally West. And he's just more like a flirty, hot rod type dude, you know. Superboy is super angry in this thing, but he does eventually mellow out in a couple of seasons later. But he's so angry. And he has a drug addiction that Lex Luthor gives him because he doesn't have all of Superman's powers. So Lex gives him a patch that gives him all of Superman's powers. He gets addicted to that. Aqualad, this is the new version. This is the black one. They decided that since there was going to be a black one in the comic books, they'll create the same one but their own version for the show. His hair is different. He used to be straight. He has all these Aqualad powers, and he was really cool. And they decided to make him the leader of the group. And so like something else. Oh, Miss Martian, she has an identity complex going on because she's really a white Martian, but you know she pretending to be green because she's ashamed of like being a white Martian and all this other stuff. And Zatanna, her father Zotaro, he got possessed by the Dr. Faith helmet, and so she can't have him no more. So she's upset. Then there's the whole stuff going on with Artemis because she doesn't want people to know she has her entire family are criminals. What the writers and the creators of this show did is that they told fans that this is on an alternate Earth. So therefore, everything you know about these characters is going to be different. There was really no point in telling people that. I mean, when I watch Batman, the animated series, and then I watch The Batman, and then I watch Batman Brave and the Bold, they're all different from each other. So it's kind of like somebody with a brain can figure out, okay, it's not the same thing. There's no point in connecting. But they decided to do that because you know how fans get when things get changed, they go like ape crazy and stuff. So this is on the parallel Earth. They could do whatever they want. And everything was just awesome. Everything was planned out beautifully. It was a teen superhero crime show that had these dramatic elements in it that really like stepped up like what other cartoon series have never done in the past. Finally, cartoon characters had depth and emotion, and things that happened in another episode prolonged them in other episodes where it depressed them and stuff. This was great. Then season 2 came around. And season two decided to do like a time jump and everything, where like 5 years happened out in the future, and the events of season 1 cliffhanger prolonged into the next season. This kind of confused fans, and it upset fans. But I rest assured that the creators knew what they was doing. And so we got little flashbacks of what all happened. A lot of characters have now changed and everything. McGann and Connor, they have now broken up. Aqualad has now turned to like evil and working for his father, Black Manta. Everybody has been aged up. Dick Grayson is no longer Robin, he's now Nightwing. Wally has now quit the team. Let's see. They also added a whole bunch of new characters in there. The original Speedy, he's now back. And missing the arm, he has a major attitude problem. And so, like, the Justice League is sent away because during that, I think they were missing for like 5 days, the Justice League, certain core members. They went to like an alien like universe and caused a whole lot of havoc. Now, I will say with the second season was a little too ambitious. It was too complex. And it got confusing after a while. They crammed in so many different twists and turns and story arcs that it kind of just confused the crap out of fans. And it took me a long time to like season 2. And I mean an extremely long time. It took years before I even bought it on DVD. And so like, it took me a long time to like it because I rewatched it. What was it on then? I think it was on DC Universe back in that app. So I rewatched it. I'm like, okay, it's not as bad as I remember. And now that I know all the crazy twists and turns, I can accept it for what it is. But there was way too many twists and turns. There was way too many new characters. Some were annoying, some were very cool. Like they finally brought in Tim Drake. But they still called themselves the team. And a lot of the a lot of the Young Justice members from season 1 have now joined the Justice League. And so now you have like these adults now hanging out with all these kids and teenagers, and they just threw in too many characters and stuff. And because it didn't fully connect to that of season 1, and it was a bit vague and tried to be like mysterious and cool, it just alienated people. So because of that and the lack of toy sales, Cartoon Network decided to can the show. I mean, it was still good in the second season, but it kind of it gave us too much. And it didn't piggyback off of what really happened in season 1. And in between those 5 years, it was just brief mentions or like a flashback. And so then it turns out that, Aqualad is still good, but he's working with Dick and Artemis. And Megan, Miss Martian, she decides she's going to abuse her powers to where she will rip the information out of a person's brain, and she doesn't care. And so Wally decides to come out of retirement for like 1 or 2 episodes just to die. Because they said somebody was going to die. And the way he died was very lame. And it happened really quick. And it was just kind of like, well, that's it. Like, what the world's going on? So because of that, it got canceled. Then many years later, about probably like a decade later, or maybe half a decade later, a streaming app called DC Universe came about, and they said they were going to revive actually, Young Justice in season 3. Everybody was happy. Everybody. I was ecstatic. And so like I was just waiting and waiting and waiting, and it finally dropped. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like, it's supposed to be called like Young Justice Outsiders. It was crap. The reason why I say that, because this went from a superhero animated series with little drama to a animated series full of drama and little superhero stuff. I watched I didn't even finish season 3. I have half of the season I watched. Basically, they showed a couple of episodes, went on hiatus to show another DC show, and then they showed the rest of the episodes later. I did not finish those rest of those episodes. I will never finish the rest of those episodes. I cannot get through season 3. I just can't. The pacing is all off. They dwell and dwell and dwell on a certain character or group for many episodes. They're still trying to be mysterious and everything with what's really going on, the overarching like villain plot and stuff. But it's stretched out too long. Basically, this is just a drama, a cartoon drama. That's really all it is. And there's really no superhero stuff. When there is superhero stuff, it's very quick and very brief. And then I kept seeing like Dick and Artemis and all of them, they was fighting without their costume suits. They were just fighting just regular black clothes. And they had all this high-tech gear. And they were more like stealth spies than they were superheroes. And I didn't understand what was going on. So then they decided they was going to train this new group called the Outsiders and stuff. And it was just a drama. And then Black Lightning, something happened with him. I can't even remember. But it was all part of Batman's plan. And then so they get mad. And then Black Lightning quits. And then Batman decides to quit the Justice League and form his own group. And the Bat family goes with him. And I was just thinking to myself, what happened to this like very well thought out series? And it's like everything you thought you knew about season 1 and 2 when it comes to the villain, no, there was still more stuff tacked on and added on to it. And so it's just kind of like, well, what is their end game for real? Because it keeps changing per season. And I could not fathom. Like, I would literally watch an episode where people just talk about their emotions and feelings for the entire episode. And then you had this strange crap going on with Beast Boy and the people of Apocalypse with Granny Goodness. And it was just strange and bizarre. And they never knew when to cut in between scenes. It was kind of like Titans, where they prolonged something so long, then they cut finally to another scene. The stuff going on with Beast Boy and Granny Goodness confused the crap out of me. Also, they changed his voice back to the dude from Teen Titans because he's older now. I don't know how I feel about that because I do love the original dude who was Beast Boy in the Teen Titans cartoon. So it's cool that he's back. But now I feel bad for the little boy who used to voice him in Young Justice. But I guess maybe his voice didn't mature enough or something. I don't know. I don't know how old the dude is. But he got like, he basically just got cut from the show. And so like, Connor has now finally cooled down. So that's some cool growth and development. But it's like, now we have to deal with this new group called the Outsiders. They're not interesting whatsoever. They're so boring and lame. Also, they tried to do, once again, the whole Judas contract thing with Terra and Slade. And it's been done to death. They've already made an animated movie that sucked about it. They did it in Titans that sucked. Stop doing it. Teen Titans did it great when they did the animated series years ago. But yeah, I could not get past this season. I could not even finish this season. I signed up for a superhero comic book action animated series. I did not sign up for an animated drama, like a soap opera and everything. And that's basically what it was. And some episodes had no action whatsoever. The Young Justice team, I think they're still doing their own thing, but you never really see them. The Justice League is doing their own thing. Could they kind of combine, kind of like both groups, I think, or something like that? I don't even know. Aqualad, is he the leader now of the Young Justice, or is he the leader of the Justice League? I'm not even sure no more. But he doesn't even really do much. And it's like Nightwing, he decides he's going to take a break from everything and just train these new heroes. He doesn't want to fight no more. And I'm just like, dude, they pissed all over the legacy of the show. And it's the same creators. It's the same people creating the cartoon. So I don't know how they dropped the ball. So I told myself, all right, fine, whatever. I am done. I am done with the third season. I'll come back for the fourth season. Maybe it's better. So I didn't even finish the rest of those episodes in the third season. So then I went into the fourth. They're only probably about, I'll say like 6 episodes that came out, right? And the first 4 episodes are primarily dealing with Beast Boy, Miss Martian, and Superboy. Why? Because they're on Mars. Because Miss Martian and Superboy are finna get married. But there's some confusion going on the planet. They don't really like people of Earth. But they love the Young Justice people and the Justice League people. The Justice League and the Young Justice people, and I guess the Outsiders, maybe. I don't know what happened to the Outsiders. I don't even care. Anyway, some superhero group wants to make Zeta tubes go on to Mars. The people on Mars don't want that. So somebody does sabotage. And it's a big explosion. So they're trying to determine who did that. For 4 stinking episodes, they go through this crap. And I'm just like, okay, the first episode was okay. I'm like, whatever. But then when the second episode was still the same crap, I'm just like, what the world? And Beast Boy, he's so angry now all of a sudden. And so it's like, why? Am I watching 4 episodes having to deal with a wedding sabotage and a conspiracy coup going on Mars? I get to learn now the Mars language, which I don't care about. I get to hear about all that prejudice stuff that I don't care about. They could have done all that in 1 episode and then follow up on it in a couple episodes later. But no, the pacing is all off again. And so, like, apparently Miss Martian did something back when she was on Earth in the 3rd season. I have no idea what, but it has angered people. And so the 5th and 6th episodes, oh, by the way, Connor supposedly dies in like the 4th episode. I skipped the 3rd episode. I'm like, I can't take it no more. And then I was gonna watch the 4th. I'm like, screw it. I'll just watch his death scene. And he looks legit dead. I'll say that right here, right now. Knowing them, who knows? You know what I'm saying? And so, like, then the fifth and the sixth episode has to do with Artemis and her sister. I think her name is Cherish or something like that. I'm not even gonna watch those episodes. There's no, I don't even care what sisterly drama they're gonna be going through, because still this show lacks action, and it's just like, dude, this is a comic book cartoon series. It's supposed to have action, number one, and drama, number two. And they flipped the script. And I'm just like, what happened to this show? It has the same creators. They say they were gonna go darker and edgier, but they just went stupid. And it's like, I do care about these characters and their drama, but throw in some super villainy stuff. Just don't have 4 episodes being about a wedding conspiracy coup, and then throw in tiny little drops of action. I'm not here for that. Like, I'm really not. And it's just like, I don't get how a show went to be great. Like this, like Young Justice used to be. Young Justice was as good as Batman the Animated Series, Justice League shows, Batman Beyond. It was in those league of categories, you know? And now it's not. Now it's just something completely different. I don't want to watch a cartoon soap opera. I don't. Like, I really don't. Who wants to watch that? Who in their right mind? Like, I don't get it. How did this show fall from grace? I don't get it. I simply just don't get it. Was it the people at DC who said it? Or maybe it was the intentions of the creators all along, but they couldn't do that on Cartoon Network. Because Cartoon Network probably didn't allow them to do that. And I'm just like, and these creators, like, well, I forget the one dude's name, Brandon something with a V. I used to praise that dude. He directed a really good movie, Batman Under the Red Hood. And Greg Weisman, my God, the dude created Gargoyles and the Spectacular Spider-Man. How did he drop the ball so hugely? Like, how? And it's just like, I don't even think I'm gonna finish season 4. I'll see what the title is of like episode 7, but if it's not that interesting, then just screw it, man. Like, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I'd rather watch a bad season of Titans than to watch Young Justice. And I never thought I would even say that. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.